Not Movies. This is a podcast where we get together and come up with a ridiculous idea for a movie. Well, I guess sometimes they're not ridiculous, but let's be honest, more often than not, they are. It's our goal to have a beginning, middle, and end at least, and to have as much fun as possible. I'm Sean.
I'm Summer.
I'm Eric.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Zach.
Yay! Returning from last week from our big space hit, our big space pirate boys.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Alert, alert.
Alert, alert.
It's going to be a hit, guys.
I don't know if you guys have been reading the trades lately, but apparently Wes Anderson is interested in the project. That whole social media thing actually worked.
Guerrilla warfare
And
attack.
I was surprised how much buzz we created.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got a fresh slate this week and less time to do it in. So do you guys want to do sometimes we'll go around and we'll each think of a word.
Ooh.
And then we'll say those words one at a time, and then we'll just make that the title of the movie, and then we'll make a movie based on that.
I love that
or
idea.
We could write a shitty sequel real quick.
Ooh, any movie you want to... Ooh.
Reboot something.
There's always reboots. There's always shitty sequels. I will say this. I've had a thought in my head for years of recreating Three Men and a Baby. The Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, Steve Guttenberg starring film. But I always wanted, and they also did Three Men and a Little Lady, which is the first one I ever saw. So I always liked the idea of doing that. But I guess now the problem solves itself. I was trying to figure out who of the four guys from that 70s show would play the three men, because I want to reunite them as much as possible. But Danny Masterson has Me Too'd himself out of things. So now we can just get
so it's really
Kutcher, Valderrama, and Topher Grace.
Who would have thought that Kutcher would have been one of the ones that sticks in there and not get canceled?
Didn't get canceled.
Right?
Owns like half of Nikon and is a fucking, he's married to Mila Kunis now. Like, he really got it at the end there. Like, he's better now than he was when he was looking for his car. So I always liked that idea, but it could be a reboot totally, or a sequel reboot, and then you get the old three back in it. You get Guttenberg, Danson, and Selleck back, and they're kind of helping them out.
So it's like a Star Wars thing where it's sort of like the old guard helps pass the torch to the
old cap passing the pin to the new cap.
Yeah, this is really something that we keep inadvertently
passing batons.
Yeah.
Passing batons. I think passing batons is just a way of life. It's just something that happens. People die all the time. People take up lanterns all the time and move forward with them, So we could do that. But I do like, I think that's a fun idea, maybe one day in the future, but I do like the
one-word title.
One-word title. That intrigues me.
We've done one of those in a while.
That really...
We could take that for a spin.
Why don't we give it a try? And if we don't come up with something, then we can do the other idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Who wants to give it a go first?
We got to all think of our word and solidify it first. Then we'll say them. So we can't be influenced by the other person's word.
All right.
And sometimes it totally doesn't work out at all.
All right.
I got my word.
I have my word.
Same.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to go first? Kyle, you go first.
American.
Oh, man.
Pittsburgh.
Glory.
Cheese.
Professor. American Pittsburgh Glory Cheese Professor? This sounds like
we can change the order. Yeah. We can change the order, and we can change it a little bit.
That sounds like a Bollywood classic right there.
Oh my god!
Oh my lord! American Pittsburgh. What was it?
Say it a couple more times for the people, please.
American Pittsburgh Glory Cheese Professor.
What if it's like? I mean, you could change. It could be the glorious American Pittsburgh Cheese Professor.
The American Professor of Pittsburgh Cheese?
Or it could be a statement where it's saying, glory, the American Cheese Professor.
Yes, like maybe they called him Old Glory. I don't know. But I'm seeing glory, colon.
How about this?
The American Pittsburgh
Glory. Pittsburgh Glory, colon, American Cheese Professor.
That's the name of the cheese company, is Pittsburgh Glory.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Glory is the cheese company. Yeah.
All right, so it's you got to say it one more time for the people who can't remember.
Pittsburgh Glory American
Colon.
Cheese Professor.
Beautiful.
And professor
Okay.
could be as in teacher or somebody that is professing. We can go
I think it's got to
multiple
be a
ways.
teacher, and I
Yeah.
think they had to like maybe
They came up with new American cheese. Like they developed a new.
yes, and they're trying to
offshoot.
bill it as healthy. So they're trying to
Ooh.
create some new science and have somebody like an expert, but they had to start really early. So this is like a long game. They bred this
Can I
cheese
just,
professor.
before we
You know what?
okay, all right, thank you. Okay.
Immediately.
Well, you don't bread cheese, Sean.
I was gonna
well, I
say
guess you
the
do
only
bread
thing
cheese.
I was thinking of was a professor made of cheese. And
Oh.
I just wanted to throw that out there before we dug in too deep.
Maybe he dies by being covered in molten cheese at the end, and
then-
then he kind of becomes cheese.
Or maybe right
the
off.
end?
No.
Wait a second. At the end?
beginning-
That's not like the first thing
The
that happens?
first thing that happens is he's giving a tour with his students of
Yes.
Pittsburgh Glory, and there's a terrible cheese melting incident, and he gets
Yes.
coated in cheese, and now he is molten lava cheese at
Thank
all
you.
time.
Now
Yes,
it's a not movie.
yes,
And
yes.
he has decided. He wakes up one morning and is looking around, going, "Why is all my shit covered in cheese?" He's putting on his shirt, and he's like, "How did I get so much cheese on my shirt? I haven't even eaten anything." And then he looks in the mirror because he doesn't take a shower. He's a professor, you know. He doesn't take a shower, and he looks in the mirror and he's like, "Oh no, I'm cheese, but I've got the big test to give today." So he's got to run through Pittsburgh, I guess.
So is he?
By the
literally-
way-
no, it takes place in like Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
The
It's
Pittsburgh,
They had
Pittsburgh
gone on a
Glory
field
is
trip.
Seattle's
No,
finest
what?
American cheese.
No.
Pittsburgh's Glory, America's. Oh, it's Seattle
America's
By the way,
finest
it's-
Seattle-based cheese company.
Tillamook can
It's-
fuck
it's-
themselves.
It's the hottest day of the year, by the way, as he's
Oh,
trying
no.
to race
And he's
over
slowly
there.
melting and leaving a cheese trail.
Now, okay, is this some sort of like lightning struck the building right at the
Yeah,
right time,
yeah,
and
like,
he actually became
In
cheese?
my head, I'm just gonna let you know before Summer threw in her piece that made this way better. My thought was
You're
we were
awesome.
going to make a late 60s, early 70s Kurt Russell Disney movie, like the computer who wore tennis shoes.
You wear tennis shoes,
Like
yeah.
that level. So Kurt Russell's the professor just now, and we can film
for
it.
sure.
We can do it in the style of an old 70s shitty, the fucking whatever that Gus, the fucking mule who kicks fucking field goals style
Or,
shit.
you know what it
movie.
is?
The Philadelphia
it's-
field goal for
The garbage picking
phenomenon.
Philadelphia, or the oh, what was that?
I was gonna
called?
say-
field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
Yeah.
God.
A wordier title than the one we just came up with, believe it or not, folks.
And it stars Tony Danza, but not Tony Danza from Tony Danza and the Tap Dancing Extravaganza, which is another
yeah,
wordy
but no,
name.
we should put Tony Danza in this one too, maybe.
Yes, Tony Danza should be the head of Pittsburgh Glory. He's the head.
Okay, I thought he. Okay.
And then Kurt
gonna say a
Russell's the
student in
professor.
Okay. Okay.
And then Kurt Russell eventually has to go to him and be like, "I don't know how to uncheese myself. I keep getting smaller every day. There are bits of me all over the street."
I think there's like a lot of goofs too, where he's like handing out papers to his students, and they're like covered in cheese.
And is he
Yeah.
still trying to convince them that cheese is healthy?
Yes, like and he's become an unhealthy version of cheese himself. Like he is just like Velveeta. He's not good cheese.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, listen, take it from me, bad cheese. Good cheese is the way of the future. So but now when he's making the good cheese,
Oh my God.
bits of him gets into the good cheese, which makes it taste better. And then someone comes along one day and tests it, and they're like, "This tastes amazing." And they market it, and they're going to sell it to everyone. And then they realize it only tastes good because the shitty cheese dripped into it while he was making it.
Okay, so then we realize that like they find
he was-
out
he
that
was cr-
he's the secret to,
Yes.
to the success,
And so someone's got to
he can't get
capture
fired.
him, and they need to slowly just take pieces of his cheese to make this really good cheese. So maybe
Okay, so they've got him tied up and they're torturing
Yeah,
him and
yeah.
taking slivers of him off to make these batches, and they're making dough off of his
Well, I
body.
think
Is he infinite cheese?
Yeah, no, I was thinking maybe he just his sweat is cheese.
Oh,
His-
regular humans
that's
sweat
good.
cheese.
So he
It's
stays.
more subtle.
Yeah, he stays a human.
So less
it's not like
cheese
he's
all over
lost
the
part of
place.
his body because, like
What if he
your
just has a
average
cheese
human
dick?
size, 150 to 200 pounds of cheese ain't that much cheese. You know what I mean?
Eventually, it would be gone in a day.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of him being like a human, more human.
Human fucking
like,
cheese
Ooh,
stick.
what
Pizza
if
the
we
Hut.
like?
Yeah, no, I think your idea is better, Zach. Thank you for being here.
What if he slowly through the movie becomes more cheese? He starts sweating cheese.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
by
on
the
board.
end of it, he's like,
It's kinda like that-
cheese.
There we go.
It's like
And then
that
he's
Cheech
like
and
a
Chong
Pizza the
movie where
Hut,
the
but
guy
like just cheese.
Turns into a lizard.
Can I-
Yes,
Yeah.
Eric.
It's basically we're going to be doing Cronenberg's The Fly with Jeff
Yes.
Goldblum,
Yes.
but it's with Kurt Russell as a cheese guy.
Yes.
And it's just like it's getting worse and worse as he's like.
Yeah.
But similar to David Brundle in The Fly, he's a scientist, so he's like strangely like fascinated by what's
Yeah.
happening to his disgusting body,
And he wears
as
the
he's,
same
like,
outfit every day.
Yes. Yes. It starts as like a old classic Disney flubber.
Yes, 100%.
Like Son of Flubber.
Yes.
And then it morphs into
What was that?
like,
Fred
The
MacArthur, whatever that guy from the fucking 60s that was like in Shaggy Dog and all of those movies?
Yes.
100%. Then, we start Disney, we end Cronenberg. I'm in.
Cheese can get real gross.
It can
too.
get everywhere. It's especially
He's so
shitty
much
cheese.
grease.
All right,
Imagine
so
him like his face turning to like blue,
Oh,
like the skin.
different parts of his body are different. Like if he sneezes, it comes out like feta, you know?
That just blew this thing wide open.
Yes.
oh, tell us how, Eric.
What does he
The
pee?
different cheeses.
Oh, okay.
Whiz. It's cheese
It's
whiz.
cheese whiz.
I think there's
Whiz.
like also early on there has to be like a Mrs. Doubtfire like scene where like
He's
part
trying
of the
to convince
cheese coming out of
himself
his
he's
face
not
plops into what he's making to eat and he just eats it. Like she does with the face cream.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't...
And
Yeah.
and he says, he's crying, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I got the blues." Goes into
Yes.
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
All right, now, how do we wrap this shit up?
Oh, I think he's gotta be like his body becomes part of the ingredients and everything. His sweat or whatever
Yes.
drips into it, and they realize they have to harvest his sweat. The company that signs the deal that he signs off of in the pivotal moment, and they're trying to harvest the sweat and everything. And then who was the guy that we said was the head of Pittsburgh Glory?
Tony Danza.
Tony Danza is gonna save him. He's gonna save him. Like 100%, and it's got to be by kicking something. If we're going, he's gonna kick something really hard.
Yes.
But he's gonna kick. It's gonna be an
lever
impenetrable
of the-
lock. Yeah, and he's gonna kick the lever that like lifts the cage that he's in, and they escape. Now, at the end of this, do we think he's still cheese? Are we leaving him to have more cheese, or does he think he's cured the cheese problem?
I think he's a big cheesy blob.
I think he just...
I think he's a cheesy blob.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's like eating
sorry.
nachos on his arm.
Yeah,
and,
it's like
he's
Pizza
just
the
fine
Hut.
with it.
Pizza the Hut style. Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, Pizza the Hut. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that Pizza the Hut's fate was that he ate
I
himself.
believe
Yeah,
so.
that's how he died.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of want to. I like the ending him as a big cheesy monster. I kind of maybe I'm cribbing too much from Cronenberg's Fly, but like maybe he realizes that like the problem isn't getting people to like eat more cheese. He's like that people should be cheese. Everyone should cheese is better. Somehow cheese is more like advanced.
So the
than
sequel to
people.
this, he is the villain, and he's trying to cheese everything.
Yes.
Now,
Yes. They have to stop him at the end, and he's trying to like make more cheese pieces.
I like that. Now, do we make the tagline of this movie the cheesiest film of the year?
Oh
Yes.
my god, you can't not make that the
The
tagline.
cheesiest film of 2020.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
2021, but by the time we sign, contracts with everybody and, get them all on board.
Right.
Yeah, Danza's busy.
Well, I will say that we can get Kurt to start filming the like cheese stuff in a studio by himself. We don't have to like film any of that stuff. We can start filming right away.
We could just get him on a green
you guys
screen
have a- you
shouting
guys have
out
a cam-
cheeses. Just like,
You guys have a
Monterey
camera.
Jack!
Nothing. Okay, thank you so much for listening to Not Movies.
Oh my god. This was like an Ed Wood movie.
Yes.
Like if I have
Yeah.
ever heard
100%. Planet Cheese from Outer Space.
Exactly.
That's the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
definitely.
when we take it to space, when we know it's all we've run
We've run out of ideas.
So we can-
You either go to Hawaii
No.
or space.
It's not a good series until it goes to space.
Yeah. I have a weird thing that I've been like formulating in my brain where it's like there's like a couple trilogies, and I'm struggling to think of all of them right now, where the third movie goes like to an Asian continent, and I don't
Teenage
know what
Mutant
the
Ninja
pattern-
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles
Yep.
did it. The Mummy movies
Ooh,
did it.
and Three Ninjas did it, but it was the second one. Knuckle Up, they go
The
to
second one.
Japan.
Oh,
Hangover?
Hangover,
What about Karate
Hangover
Kid?
does it,
Karate
and-
Kid.
oh,
It is all in
and,
Okinawa.
Pirates
Oh, yeah,
Pirates of the
There you
Caribbean
go.
does it, and it's always in those three. Did it in the third movie,
Tokyo
and I don't know why.
Drift.
Yeah, Tokyo Drift.
Oh my gosh,
Tokyo
that's another
Drift.
third movie.
We just uncovered
Because it's-
something here. This is absurd.
This is like uncovering a code to the
Number
Matrix.
3 Asia. That's an album I'm gonna write at some point. Number 3 Asia. Ooh,
I'm so
what's
happy
number
that I
3
made
on
this
most
happen.
Chinese restaurants? I don't know. What's number 3? It's General Tso's probably because it's the third best.
Well, since we're talking about series, we've been watching the Lake Placid series, and we just watched the third one of that, I think.
By the way,
I did, at least.
I'm a horror junkie, and I didn't even know there was like a second Lake Placid.
like 6
there
of
are
them.
6 or 7. Betty White was in the first one.
Yeah.
Cloris Leachman was in the second one.
Isn't
No one
Oliver
really of
Platt
note
in the
was in
first
the next one.
I think Oliver Platt.
I think
remember.
Oliver Platt is
Yeah.
in the first one, and Brendan Gleeson's in it too.
Ooh,
Lone
I didn't
Star's
realize.
in it.
Now, I just remember I've never seen other than the first one. I've never seen any of them. I remember Lake Placid being like an 82-minute long movie. It was like a very short,
So
short
short.
movie.
It's great.
but it is
The next one we've got it to go is Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
Ooh, wait, that's
Wait
a
a second.
movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
And I'm sure this is the answer is no, but
It's
any
not the
chance
lake
that-
versus the snake.
oh,
Unfortunately,
I
because
wasn't even
how
thinking
good the
that.
tagline would that be? But
That
no,
would be
it's the
perfect.
crocodile versus the snake. I'm assuming if the lake is like actually the one versus Anaconda, I'll be a little bit impressed. It'll be like when we wrote that movie where the house was a character.
well, if the character or
That's
if
a
the
good one.
snake shows up there and fights it, couldn't it be the snake takes the lake? Couldn't that then be like you can still
Sure.
keep
This
it?
summer.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
have to
see.
see if the snake wins.
It also makes me like really. I not that I care that much about Lake Placid.
You
versus
obviously
Anaconda,
do.
but it's like I do a little bit. But and now I'm like, wait, is it the Anaconda from Anaconda? Which was the stupidest question I could have asked.
No.
Where it's like,
no, they
where it's
couldn't
like,
get the
no.
rights to that
Yeah.
one.
They couldn't get the rights
It's a
to
little
an
smaller.
animal that exists.
But somehow they still got John Voight to do it, so he's there.
So, yeah, John Voight playing a Spanish
So
man.
what is the Lake Placid series? I didn't know this was a
Yeah,
thing.
6 of them.
It's about crocodiles, like
in Maine. In Maine.
where they're not supposed to be, and like slightly bigger than
No, the first one's
Have you never
huge.
seen the
normal
first one?
crocodiles.
The first one's enormous.
Oh.
But they're like 30 feet, and they're like,
There's a what? No, the first one's really big.
I think it was.
I'm sorry, that
you
30
weren't-
feet is not big enough for you,
You,
Sean.
you didn't think it was big enough.
Let's say, at what point does
Well,
he
yeah,
take
I
on
wanted
the
to be
Atlantic
comically
Ocean?
big.
Like, at what point does he just leave the lake and just jump into the ocean? And then you've got like Orca versus fucking Placid.
We'll have to let you know because
Orca.
we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, I wonder.
We're still in the lake. We're on like the maybe 3rd or 4th generation of crocodile babies.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're kind of like piranha crocodiles in the last one.
now
There was, like,
storyline wise,
crocs.
with all these, does it fit to the Tremors way? Is anybody constant through it? Like, because Tremors, you get what's his name, the dad from fucking Family Ties, is in it all the way through.
No, Michael Gross.
Yeah, Michael Gross.
But-
Wait, hold on. I
but
think
no.
I'm stupid here. You said Lake Placid. You meant the series of movies.
yes, not a TV.
I thought you meant there was a Lake Placid television series.
Oh.
That's why I was asking.
No.
Like, how this is
Dude,
episodic?
give Sci-Fi Channel like 2 years and it's gonna be here. Like,
how is it not already? Like that is.
Right?
There's a lot of lore they've made up in 6 movies. I'm assuming they've made lore.
Stupid.
Well, like it's crazy. Like there are TV series to like things I didn't even know that like were things like I was on Netflix and I found out that MTV had a whole like 4 or 5 seasons of a Scream television show.
Yeah.
And I love
yeah.
Scream. I love the franchise. I love the movies. They're making a 5th. I'm super excited. But like, I was like, I had no idea that they made a TV show.
Apparently they went and made some Star Trek TV shows too. Who'd have fucking thought, you know? They made a bunch of good movies and then they went back and made TV. I think that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I don't know science and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked out.
I feel like that Scream show was on in that right when everyone quit watching MTV, like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it was like that era,
Jersey Shore ended, and then everyone was just like, "Well, I'm never gonna watch MTV again.
So
What's the fucking point?"
Is that different from the show Scream Queens? Is it a show?
Yes.
Oh,
Scream is like the world of the movies of Scream. Well, it's not, but not really because they can't, I guess, use the characters or any names from the movie. So it's like, it's like in a it's basically
like fan fiction, basically.
Kind of. It's basically in the same universe because they reference that there was the Ghostface killer. Okay. But like
they might
it's
have
like
just been
new...
talking about the rapper.
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
I mean, maybe.
That's how they get around it.
It is music television after all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't make that connection.
There you go.
Well,
I'm surprised that Tremors hasn't had a TV show.
I think they did.
I
did they?
Oh, they did.
Wait, really?
I've never seen one. I would say I've never seen
Maybe
one.
they didn't. I don't know.
There should be a cartoon.
It just feels like something that should have happened by now, though.
But a cartoon only. Now we're gonna get into another story. A cartoon that's just about the graboids underground. It's just their society underground.
Day in the life.
Why they have to come out.
It's like for kids, so it's like kind of like graboids, like how they did Slimer in the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Exactly. I think
all of a sudden they have like different color, like each one's a different color, and they all have different personalities.
I think we're setting up our third episode already.
I'm sorry. I have a really weird fascination too with like cartoon shows based off of properties that are not for kids. Like they made all these
Toxic
cartoons.
Avenger.
Toxic Avenger.
Oh, I never saw that.
Saturday morning cartoon.
That's insane.
It was like Toxic Avenger and his like toxic friend.
Wait, like
which now sounds like a totally different thing.
Tromaville?
Yeah.
They made it.
Yeah.
Did Tromaville produce the cartoon?
I'm sure they must have produced it, but it was like just another
Either that or they
Saturday morning cartoon.
Either that or they just licensed it and like said, "Give us money and you can do whatever you want with it."
Well, because of that, there were Toxic Avenger games for Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo.
That is true. That is true.
And they made a Dumb and Dumber cartoon. I'm
weird.
Like,
I didn't know about that. I knew they made like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off live action show. They made a Back to the Future cartoon. And it's just kind of like just shitty attempts at recreating some fucking wonder.
Cashing in.
Oh, totally.
Cashing in, baby.
On the new show.
I would love to cash in on anything. Like, I would love to have a career where I could just
cashing in would
cash
be great.
in on something.
We're going to do not children's animated television shows. And the first episode is going to be about, we're going to make a kids television show based off of Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, my question is, how would you pivot that? And like, really, like, you have to make it like.
I have an idea. There is a 6-year-old kid named Graham, and he is really, really intrigued by this 15-year-old boy that seems to just be up to no good all the time. Hannibal, his neighbor. And they're just neighbors.
Okay.
And Hannibal's just always doing something weird in the basement and something. And Graham is full of conspiracy theories, but it's a Pinky in the Brain style setup. He is never going to catch him doing anything. It's just, he is 100% like just throwing conspiracy theories out there. And he's got his little sister Clarice. You just like make it like little tight. Like, you cut some of the fat.
Right.
I think it could work.
Wow, that was like very fast.
Yeah.
That you did that.
I think we've got a Not Movies double feature.
There you go. I think we're a triple now.
I'm so impressed, actually. That's really good. And of course, then you have like, you weave the whole, universe in there. You're like, you have an episode. It's like the trouble with the Tooth Fairy, and it's not the Tooth Fairy, but like he's got to go to the dentist because he's got a cavity. Yeah. But it's like,
But secretly in the background, unbeknownst to all the kids, we'll just hide things in there. There's a serial killer called the Tooth Fairy, like, on the loose, and that's actually just Hannibal.
You just go to the dentist, or you go to the dentist's office, and there's just the Red Dragon painting on the wall, and, like, in the waiting room.
Or a troubled kid moves in down the road, and that's the Red Dragon. He's got a hair lip and everything, and he's just real weird, and it's just one-off episode of the Red Dragon.
Yes.
It could work.
This is great.
And I've never watched the Hannibal show to pull more from that, but I'm sure if we did that, you could probably find a lot more. I've seen the Brian Cox Manhunter, but I've never seen...
I gotta say, I'm a bit of a Michael Mann stan. I like Michael Mann a lot. And I dig Manhunter. I think that movie kind of...
If I'm not incorrect here, Michael Mann did Scarface. Is that him or no? No,
that's
De Palma. I would say I am an anti-De Palma person.
You don't like Scarface?
I don't like Scarface.
I think Scarface is like a big steaming pile.
I don't like Carrie.
It's so good because it's bad though.
Oh, I do like Carrie though. I like
Carrie. The YouTube show. I'm Not Okay With This way better than any Carrie thing ever, and it's pretty much just Carrie. It's just a better version. They canceled it. Canceled it after one.
Okay with it?
Yeah, they canceled it after one season. We actually wrote a song. We were doing a series of albums, and one of the albums was all electronic. It was called Brunch and Kyle Mocha Are Dance Guns by Brunch and Kyle Mocha. And we did a song about that show, I'm Not Okay With This. But it's just all about this girl having all these weird powers just like awaken inside of her. But it's like Carrie if done through the lens of Perks of Being a Wallflower. And it's amazing, and they canceled it like Fox would have in 2005. They just fucked up and they canceled it. It's bad.
It's a girl from It, right?
It's the girl from It. It's young Jessica Chastain.
Oh.
That girl. Yeah. She's so good.
She's really good.
Oh, she's also Nancy Drew. She played Nancy Drew in the new Nancy Drew movie.
Didn't know that.
I only know that from skimming by it on HBO and being too manly to watch it, just like too proud.
What do you think they're doing the Sherlock Holmes?
I haven't watched Enola Holmes
yet.
Is
it the younger sister?
I really want to because I like the girl from Stranger Things.
That's 11.
Yeah,
me too. She's very good.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. I've been I realized that I haven't opened my Netflix account, used it in months.
Yeah,
really? I've just been
strange.
I have Hulu and I've just been watching stuff off Hulu.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I might. I don't know.
Might be time.
Yeah, check back in. They always update their stuff.
They do.
But all right. Well, tell the people where they can find more of.
Yeah, you can find us on YouTube. Just search Houseboat. You can also look for Kyle Mocha. That's Moucha. I didn't say that in the last one, but you'll spell it right.
Yeah, and you didn't really say much about the format of the show in the last one, other than the music.
Oh yeah.
What other kind of segments do you guys have that you do?
We're a live show. I set it up in my mind, kind of like a late night TV show. So we open up. It's just random bullshit and banter. We do What Are We Drinking, where we pick a different beer every week, or 3 beers every week, and we give them a taste test. We record ourselves reviewing them, and then we rank them on a scale of 0 to 100. We do that. We do a featured music every week, so we're always finding bands from all around the world.
Come over international.
We are international. We've gotten bands from Brescia, Italy, bands from Melbourne, bands from so far we've gotten America, we haven't gotten North America, we haven't gotten South America, but we've got North America, both sides, Canada and the US, a bunch all over the UK.
North America, bud.
Is Mexico North America or Central America technically?
Mexico is North America.
I don't know. I haven't looked at
Central America's all the little countries between Mexico.
Either way, we listen to music from people from all around the world. We feature one band every week, and then we release our single. We talk about that, and then usually we either have a guest or we just play a game or just talk about random bullshit. But it's all music related for the most part. Music, entertainment, anything in pop culture. Any guest that we can get that has something to talk about. that is interesting to us. Our latest episode, we had the Necrosexual, who is a hilarious death metal, black metal, Prince of Darkness, all in corpse paint
Comedian.
but he's a comedian from originally from Stroudsburg. And so he did stand up. He's also a burlesque dancer. He's just a wild guy. So we had him on. We have flautists like Sean on. Okay, just one. We've only had one flautist on. But yeah, anybody we've had local musicians, anybody that has something to talk about. We've had a yoga expert on the show.
We
before.
had a guy who hunts swans.
A guy who hunts swans to kill the local swan population because it's an invasive species. The mute swan specifically. So we had him on. We ate swan while we were talking about swan.
Really good.
It was really good. He made some swan jerky, habanero swan. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, we just go weird and wild. Anybody that we can get on, talk about anything. Season 4 opened up with me eating a cow tongue.
That was good. I took that for lunch the next 2 days.
We legit made a cow tongue.
So
I
good.
ate a bunch of it, but then I realized it tasted too good once you boiled it. So then I had to eat part of the membrane to get a nasty part because we were just eating the meat. So I took a big gritty bite of like the spikes of we do weird shit. But then the actual meat was good, so Zach ate it in sandwiches over the next week.
It's the best roast.
Good to know.
The best roast beef you've ever had. Is the tongue. Oh my
Boil
God.
a cow tongue in like beef broth for like an hour and like let it simmer after like 10 minutes, and it is delicious.
Yeah.
And this has been Cooking Tips with Kyle and Zach. Can you send us a little like 5-second theme for that one? Cooking Tips with Kyle and Zach.
Cooking Tips with Kyle and Zach. Cooking Tips with Kyle and Zach. You might not come back. You might not come.
It's only there 5 seconds.
Perfect. I'll put that in the beginning, and then I'll say, and this has been... Yeah, all right, sweet.
All right.
All right. Thank you for listening. Follow us on Twitter at Not Movies and rate us and subscribe and all the stuff. Tell your friends. They're probably our friends too, so they'll probably like us. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Saying fuck 2020 till 21 comes around. Everybody's saying fuck 2020 till 21 brings us down, 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 down. Shouting from both sides, now all over Pittsburgh, like that's better, A-Cab, Billy, Tenant, more that's back, Portland, as a key, George Floyd, I can't breathe, save Britney, Twitter, hack, Simon Cowell broke his back, murder, Hornets, Ellen Bean, Taylor, left and open, C. Shapiro, reading lines from Lock, Boy Scouts, broke down in South, let's inject, light and bleach, sunk out COVID, and impeached. Everybody's saying 2020 till 21 comes around. Everybody's saying fuck 20 2020 till 21 brings us down. Everybody saying fuck 2020 till 21 comes around. Everybody saying fuck 2020 till 21 brings us down, 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 down. 10, 2020 till 21 comes around. Everybody's saying fuck 2020 till 21 brings us down, down, down. Everybody's saying fuck 2020 till 21 comes around. Everybody's saying fuck 2020 till 21 brings us down. Everybody's saying fuck 2020 till 21 comes around. Everybody's saying fuck 2020 till 21 brings us down, 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 down. Movie theater shutting down, vaccines coming, Gal Gadot, Grogu, low on food, Chris Evans in the nude, TikTok, Fleetwood Mac, Quibi Felt, HBO Max, Subway versus Ireland, Trump should pardon Tiger King.